In Sanskritam, all the words are made up of two parts. Pratipadikam, the base. Pratipadikam for name words. It's a Prakruti, base word, and a Pratyaya, a suffix. All the words. And Sanskritam is really simple. Not what people believe that it is difficult, complicated. No, not at all. It's the simplest and the easiest, most logical language to learn. There are only two kinds of words in Sanskritam. Only just two kinds. Subantam. Subantam is the Nama Padam. And then Tingantam, Kriya Padam. Only two kinds of words. And all the words are made up of a base and a suffix. Simple. For Namapadam, the base is called Pratipadikam. Don't worry about the names. Pratipadikam, Prakrutihi, Pratyaya. Don't worry about that. Just understand the concept. Okay. So Pratipadikam is the base for all name words. Namapadani. Subantani is the Subantam is the technical word. And then you add Pratyayas, suffixes, to get various forms. But Tingantam, the Kriya Padam, also has a base. That base is called Dhatu, and then you add Ting Pratyaya to that. Bottom line, every word in Sanskritam has a base and a suffix. That base is technically called Pratipadikam for Shabdas. So, I have seen you're practicing, right? Syandanam. And Surya said, Akaranta Napumsakalinga Shabdaha, Syandana Shabdaha. But some of you are reading Syandanam as the Shabda. What is the Shabda? Shabda is the base, the Pratipadikam. Pratipadikam is Syandana, is the Pratipadikam. Grama is the Pratipadikam. Rama is the Pratipadikam. We say Akaranta Punlingaha Rama Shabdaha. But what are the actual words used? Ramaha, Ramau, Ramaha. Akaranta Pullinga Shabdaha. Balaka Shabdaha. Balaka. The ending sound in Balaka is A. So it is Akaranta Pullinga Balaka Shabdaha. But you don't use the base as it is in a sentence. You add the suffix. When you add the suffix, it takes several forms. In Ekavachanam, it takes the form Balakaha. Dvivachanam, it takes the form Balakau. Bahuvachanam, it takes the form Balakaha. How did we get Balakaha, Balakau, Balakaha? By adding the base Balaka, which is the Akaranta Pullinga Shabda or Pratipadikam. You add the Ekavachanam suffix to that, it becomes Balakaha. You add the Dvivachanam suffix, it becomes Balakau. If you add Bahuvachanam suffix, it becomes Balakaha. Is that clear? The difference between Shabda, the base, and the word used in sentences. You understand? Explained this many times in the past classes, but it is worth repeating. Clear, right? Same way, if you take Balika, Balika, Akaranta Strilinga, Balika Shabdaha. So there the base is Balika. And what are the actual words? Padani. You add the Ekavachana suffix, it still remains Balika. Why? Because girls are special. Don't ask me why. Because, right? Balika. Because what happens is the suffix is added, but the change is no change. It remains. So you may be confused. You see Balika as the Akaranta Strilinga Shabda. Ekavachanam form also is Balika. Yeah, so what? And Dvivachanam suffix, if you add, it becomes Balike. If you add Bahuvachanam suffix, it becomes Balikaha. Balika, Balike, Balikaha. Sthalika, sthalike, sthalikaah. Patrika, patrike, patrikaah. All these words are akaranta strilinga shabdaah. How do we say that akaranta strilinga shabda? Not because the ekavachanam form is patrika, because the base from which the words are formed is patrika. Right? Similarly, if you take ikaranta strilinga shabdaah, ikaranta, nadi, nadi is a ikaranta strilinga shabda. Nadi. To that you add ekavachanam suffix. It becomes still nadi. Right? Dvivachanam nadyau. You add bahuvachanam suffix, it becomes nadyaha. Nadi, nadyau, nadyaha. And the base is nadi. It's just so happens that the base and the prathama, the ekavachanam form appears same. Okay, so I'm repeating. When we say ikaranta strilinga nadi shabdaha, we are referring to the base nadi. Now come to napumsakalinga shabdaha. Phalam, phale, phalani. These are the ekavachanam, dvivachanam, and bahuvachanam forms. What is the base? Phala. The shabda is phala. The shabda is not phalam. The base. So how do you say it? Akaranta napumsakalinga phala shabdaha. Phala shabdaha is akaranta napumsakalinga. You don't say akaranta napumsakalinga phalam shabdaha. Phalam is the word. The shabda is phala. Akaranta. Phalam, phale, phalani. Syandanam, syandane, syandanani. Vimanam, vimane, vimanani. So there if you take vimanam, vimane, vimanani, what is the base there? Pratipadikam. Vimana. Akaranta napumsakalingaha. Vimana shabdaha. Vimanam, vimane, vimanani. You got that right? So we studied all that. We studied ekavachanam, dvivachanam, bahuvachanam, and in all the three genders. Then about the decision of genders. How do you decide genders? How is a patrika strilinga? Nadi strilinga shabdaha. Right? Nadi is not a stri. Then why it is a strilinga? And vrukshaha, vrukshaha, vrukshau, vrukshaha. Akarantaha, pullinga shabdaha. Vruksha shabdaha. Vrukshaha, vrukshau, vrukshaha. The forms in the three number forms, right? You know, ekavachanam, dvivachanam, bahuvachanam, vrukshaha, vruksha, vrukshaha. How is the vruksha shabda, pullinga shabda? Vruksha is not a man, right? And that also I clarified in the beginning itself. In Sanskritam, the gender is for the word, is for the shabda. It is not meaning when we say vruksha shabdaha, pullinga shabdaha, what we are saying is the word, the shabda vruksha, the gender of that word is masculine. You don't have to conclude that since the word is masculine, that thing also has to be masculine. No, it is neither masculine nor feminine. You know, vriksha is vriksha. There are no genders. Is that clear? So the gender is for the word. Deepaha, vidyut deepaha. Deepaha, akarantaha, pullinga, deepa shabdaha. Deepaha, deepau, deepaha. Again, deepa, we are saying deepa shabda is masculine. We are not saying the deepa, which is actually there, that is a man or woman or, you know, gender. No, we are not saying that. The word. By making that clarity, Sanskritam becomes very flexible, scalable, and beautiful. when you read any Samskrita shloka, it is so rhythmic, naturally sweet. You want to listen to it again and again because of the way in which the language is formed. Okay, that part is clear, right? And again, so why? Oh, okay, all this is good, but still, why Vriksha? Why? Well, okay, all that is understood, but what could be the logic for that? If you go deep, because I am a Vedanta teacher and student, I go very deep into, I teach Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, and all that. So let me tell you, the Vedantic explanation I can think of, it is just my own thinking, is all these genders are created by the mind, right? The moment you see a person, you say he's a man, woman, right? This is, but actually we're all the same. Essentially, there is no difference. There is no Indian, American, there is no white, black, right, short, tall. All that refers to the body, how we look. So this is a physical characteristic. Man, white skin, black skin, tall. What is all that referring to? The body. We are not just the body, obviously, right? So you want to go beyond that. If you look beyond the physical appearance, there is no gender. There is no Indian, there is no American, there is no Hindu, there is no Christian. There is only being, a life form, right? So if you go to that level, you will appreciate that it is all gender is what we have attributed based on the physical characteristics, appearance. If you remove that, what is essentially we're all the same. So we don't need to fight for equality of male and female. They were always equal. They are always equal. We just don't see that because we are carried away by physical appearances. Okay. So remember that. If you want me to give the logic for this associating gender with the word, but not with the thing, is that logic good enough? Yes, deep enough and good enough. And really, that's what we need in modern day today. We want to see a person as a person, just as yourself, not as white, black, or short, tall, or this language, this state, that Gujarati, Tamilian, Telugu, all that is immaterial and only outward. Okay. So the gender refers to the word and not meaning that that thing is masculine. But does it mean, oh, Sanskritam just mixes up everything? No, not at all. Shivaha, Pullinga Shabdaha, and Shiva is Purusha. So obviously, wherever it is actually real, thing, Pullinga, that will be maintained anyway. That is there. Ganeshaha, Akaranta Pullinga Ganesha Shabdaha. Rama, Akaranta Strilinga Rama Shabdaha. So that integrity is there. So there is no confusion on that. Okay. So now we have seen we have revised the fundamentals of Sanskritam language. I explained this many times before, but since there was some break, just brushing up. And then the forms, we said suffix, right? If you add suffix, you get various words. So if you take balaka, akaranta pullinga balaka shabdaha, you add ekavachanam suffix, it becomes balakaha. Ekavachanam suffix, we call it pradhama vibhakti, meaning the subject. Balakaha asti, saha balakaha, yeshaha balakaha, etau balakau, yete balakaha. That's called Prathama Vibhakti form. Again, why Prathama Vibhakti? Don't worry about that. Even if you don't memorize Prathama Vibhakti, that is also fine. We learned all that, various forms. We just did a practice also right now, right? For all the three genders, all the three number, Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam, Bahuvachanam, we learned that. The next form we learned is the Shashti. We called it Shashti Vibhakti. Right? What did we learn? Chamasaha. Chamasaha. Chamasaha asti. Chamasaha is the Prathama Vibhakti form, Ekavachanam. What is the Pratipadikam? Akaranta Pullinga Chamasa Shabdaha. Chamasaha. Chamasau Dvivachanam. Chamasau. Balakaha Balakau. Chamasaha Chamasau. Chamasaha. Chamasaha. So this is the first form. We call it Prathama Vibhakti form. Now, we also learned Shashti form. Why do we need that form? Chamasaha asti. Chamasasya varnaha shvetaha. The color of the chamasa is white. Right? Chamasasya varnaha shvetaha. Chamasasya. Chamasasya mulyam $1. Oh, really? Does that cost $1? Yeah, inflation. Right? Yeah. Chamasasya mulyam $1. Right? You can fix any price and blame it on inflation. Right? Chamasasya mulyam $1. Chamasasya varnaha shvetaha. Chamasasya. That form is called Shashti form. But again, Shashti Vibhakti, the name is not important. What is it called is not important. But you have to understand the Prayoga application in the language. Chamasasya mulyam $1. The price of the spoon is $1. Chamasasya varnaha svetaha. The color of the spoon is white. Ekavachane chamasasya. Again, what is the rule of our classes? Pay attention, listen to, say it, understand. Don't make notes. There is no need to make notes. Some of you are new to the class, maybe making notes. If you're making notes, you're not paying attention to what is being said. You're losing the opportunity to learn right here. In our classes, we learn in the class. We don't postpone learning. Learn in the class, watching. Then this video will be supplied to you, a recording. Watch it and do practice. You do the writing at home. Chashakaha chashakasya. Chamasaha. Chamasasya mulyam $1. Chamasasya varnaha shvetaha. Chamasaha chamasau. Chamasau. Chamasayoho mulyam $2. Chamasasya chamasayoho. Balakasya balakayoho. Vrukshasya vrukshayoho. Dvivachanam. Bahuvachanam. Chamasanam mulyam $3. Chamasanam mulyam. Chamasasya chamasayoho chamasanam. We learned all that actually. So this is the Shashti form. Why do we need the Shashti form? You are seeing the application right here. Chamasasya varnaha shvetaha. Chamasayoho varnaha shvetaha. Chamasanam varnaha shvetaha. The color of the spoons is white. Chamasanam varnaha. Chamasanam mulyam $3. The price of the 3 spoons is $3. Chamasanam mulyam. Chamasasya mulyam. Chamasayoho mulyam. So once again, the shabda is chamasa. Akaranta punlinga chamasa shabdaha. Prathama vibhakti forms are chamasaha, chamasaha, chamasau, chamasaha. And the Shashti vibhakti form are chamasasya, chamasayoho, chamasanam. चमसस्य वर्णः श्वेतः, चमसयोः वर्णः श्वेतः, चमसानां वर्णः श्वेतः. Okay. Again, this is a revision. We already learned this. You did homework exercises in the class also. स्थालिका आकारांत स्त्रीलिंग शब्दः स्थालिका. स्थालिका एकवचनम, स्थालिके द्विवचनम, स्थालिकाः बहुवचनम. बालिका बालिके बालिकाः, स्थालिका स्थालिके स्थालिकाः. स्थालिका अस्ति, स्थालिका कुत्र अस्ति? स्थालिका अत्र अस्ति. स्थालिके स्थालिकाः. That is the first form, Prathama Vibhakti. And we learned that. Mulyam. If you want to now say the price of this thalika is say $5. How do you say that? Thalikayaha mulyam $5. Thalikayaha. Thalika atra asti. Thalika kutra asti? Thalika atra asti. Thalikayaha mulyam $5. The price of the plate is $5. Thalikayaha mulyam. And again, I'm giving freely translation of the sentence, right? But a caution here, you can translate a Sanskrit sentence into obviously any other language, English, but don't attempt to translate word by word and then try to equate Sanskrit with English. You'll get into trouble. So I warned you not to do that many times. I'm warning you again. So don't try to word translate. Don't do that. But sentence you can translate. Why? Because the word, there are no exact English words for the Sanskrit words. You will do a mistake, and also you will not learn properly. So why we are doing all this, right? I can simply give the English word and finish all this class in 2 minutes. Write down. That's how you learn, right? Stalika equal to plate and stalika yaha equal to give the meanings, and 5 minutes the class is over. We don't need to do all this. What we are attempting to do here is actually learn the language, the way the language is to be used, practical. We're not trying to learn by word-to-word translation. That is how everywhere people try to learn. Then you don't learn the language. You're only extending English into other languages. Instead of learning the language, you're extending your English knowledge into other languages. We have enough English knowledge. We don't need to, so let us not. So don't attempt to translate word to word, but definitely you can translate the whole sentence. So I'm translating the whole sentence so you feel comfortable what the meaning is. Okay. Sthalika. Sthalika yaha mulyam $5. The price of the plate is $5. The price of the 2 plates is $10. So there is no discount. Since you are buying 2, no, we don't give discount. So Sthalika Ramayaha Ramayoho. Sthalikayaha Sthalikayoho. Sthalikayoho mulyam $10. The price of the 2 plates is $10. See the Translation, how long in English, right? If you have to translate in English, it's a long sentence. And just by saying Sthalika yoho mulyam $10, it's all. You don't have to say the full. So in English, you have to say the price of the 2 plates is. You have to use 3-4 words. All that is replaced by in Sanskritam 1 word, Sthalika yoho. Sthalika yoho mulyam $10. Sthalika nam mulyam $15. Sthalika nam mulyam $15. So once again, yeah, whether you buy 1 plate or 3 plates, fixed price, no discounts. Right? We don't cut corners in the class. Right? Okay. Just joking. Sthalika nam mulyam $15. The price of the 3 plates is $15. Sthalikayaha mulyam, sthalikayoho mulyam, stalikanam mulyam, patrikayaha mulyam, patrikayoho mulyam, patrikanam mulyam. आकारांत स्त्रीलिंग स्थालिका शब्दः एवमेव बालिका बालिकयोः बालिकानां रमा रमयोः रमाणां आकारांत स्त्रीलिंग शब्दानां रूपाणि. They will be like, let us take ईकारांत स्त्रीलिंग. लेखनी एकवचनम, लेखन्यौ द्विवचनम, लेखन्यः बहुवचनम. We learned that, right? Nadi, nadyau, nadyaha, lekhani, lekhanyav, lekhanyah. And what is the shabda base pratipadikam here? Lekhani, ikaranta strilinga, lekhani shabdaha. And the first vibhakti form, pradhama vibhakti forms are lekhani, lekhanyav, lekhanyaha. Now you want to say that the color of the pen is black, the color of the 2 pens is black, the color of the pens is black. You want to say that, right? In Sanskritam. How do you do that? You already learned it. You remember on the very first day, what did you learn? Mama nama Raghuhu, Bhavataha nama kim, Bhavatyaha nama kim, Bhavatyaha, Bhavati, Prathama Vibhakti form, Bhavati Balika, Bhavatyaha Nama Sangita, Bhavati, Bhavatyaha. Right? We already learned that actually. So Lekhani, Lekhanyaha. Lekhani asti, Lekhanyaha Varnaha Krishnaha. Krishna Varnaha. Lekhanyaha Varnaha Krishnaha. Lekhanyoho Varnaha Krishnaha. Nadyaha Nadyoho Nadinam. Lekhanyaha Lekhanyoho Lekhaninam. Lekhanyaha Varnaha Krishnaha. Lekhanyoho Varnaha Krishnaha. Lekhaninam Varnaha Krishnaha. The color of the pen is black. Lekhanyaha Varnaha Krishnaha. The color of the 2 pens is black. Lekhanyoho Varnaha Krishnaha. The color of the pens is black. Lekhaninam Varnaha Krishnaha. Lekhaninam Varnaha Krishnaha. Right? Even though I'm giving the English sentences to make you comfortable, try to memorize, try to remember, pay attention on the Sanskrit sentence. Okay? Don't make it a habit to remember the English sentence. So we can learn Sanskritam without the necessity of other language. Lekhanyaha Varnaha Krishnaha. Lekhanyoho Varnaha Krishnaha. Lekhaninam Varnaha Krishnaha. Lekhanyaha Mulyam $5. Lekhanyoho Mulyam $10. Lekhaninam Mulyam $15. Lekhaninam Mulyam $20. Because now I have holding 4 pens. लेखनीनां लेखनी लेखन्यौ लेखन्यः लेखन्याः लेखन्योः लेखनीनां. This is ikaranta strilinga shabda. Let us take a napumsakalinga. Akaranta napumsakalinga pustaka shabdaha. Pustaka shabdaha. Akaranta napumsakalinga pustaka shabdaha. Prathama vibhakti rupani pustakam, pustake, pustakani. Pustakam, pustake, pustakani. We learned that. Pustakasya mulyam $12. Right? So Gita Sopanam costs $12. Right? Is it? Yeah. Gita Sopanasya Pustakasya mulyam $12. 12. Pustakayoh mulyam $24. 24. Pustakayoh mulyam. Pustakanam mulyam $36. 36. Pustakasya varnaha neelaha. Pustakayoh varnaha neelaha. Pustakanam varnaha neelaha. Pustakasya, pustakayoh, pustakanam. Clear? So in all these cases, there is a base called Pratipadikam, which is for pustaka, akaranta, napumsakalinga, pustaka shabdaha. So why is it akaranta, not makaranta? Because pustakam is not the base. That is the final product, a word, final word. After adding the ekavachana, prathama vibhakti pratyaya suffix to the base pustaka, you get that, right? So all this explanation about base, adding suffix and all that is for additional knowledge to understand the concept. Don't worry about the technical words, pratipadikam and all that. If you remember, it's good. If you don't remember, don't worry. But understand the concept. Pustakam, akaranta napumsakalinga pustaka shabdaha, pustakam, pustake, pustakani, prathama vibhakti rupani. Shashti, pustakasya, pustakayoho, pustakanam. How do you use the Shashti form? We have seen it. Pustakasya mulyam $12. Pustakayoho mulyam $24. Pustakanam, त्रीणि पुस्तकानि सन्ति. अतः पुस्तकानां मूल्यं $36. 36. Right? This is an overview of what we learned. We already learned all this. This is supposed to be a revision, right? Since there was a long break, we might have forgotten, so I'm repeating everything. And there's one more thing we learned. The pronouns, sarvanama padani. Right? Bhavan, bhavantau, bhavantah. Chakrapani Mahodaya, Bhavan Purushaha. Snehal Mahodaya, Bhavan Purushaha. Dharmika, Bhavan Purushaha. Chakrapani Mahodaya, Bhavan Purushaha. Snehal Mahodaya, Bhavan Purushaha. Bhavantau Purushau. Dharmika, Snehal, Chakrapani Mahodaya. Bhavantah Purushaha. Purushaha, Purushau, Purushaha. Bhavan, Bhavantau, Bhavantaha. Bahuvachanam. Aham, Raghuhu. Aham Purushaha. Chakrapani Mahodaya, Bhavan Purushaha. Avam Purushau. We both are men. Avam Purushau. Aham Purushaha. Chakrapanihi Purushaha. Snehalaha Purushaha. Dharmikaha Purushaha. Vayam Purushaha. Aham, Avam, Vayam. We learned that also, right? Aham, Avam, Vayam. We learned that. Bhavan, Bhavantau, Bhavantaha. स्त्रीलिंगे भवती भवत्यौ भवत्यः वाणी महोदये भवती महिला कविता महोदये भवती महिला उज्ज्वला महोदये भवती महिला भवत्यः महिलाः भवत्यः महिलाः श्रीरंजनी महोदये भवती महिला उमा महोदये भवती महिला भवत्यौ महिले महिला महिले महिलाः भवती भवत्यौ भवत्यः so द्विवचनं will be भवत्यौ महिले भवत्यः महिलाः and again in our regional language we have that lakara la we say mahila but actually la is used only in Vedic Sanskritam. In classical Sanskrit, there is no lakara at all. It is the la. So for some of us, it may be difficult to get used to because in our mother tongue, we may be saying mahila, la. But in Sanskritam, there is no la, it is la. Mahila, mahila, mahile, mahila. Bhavati mahila, bhavatyau mahile, bhavatyah mahilaha. Right? And again, here, bhavatyaha, bhavatyaha. People get confused there. Be careful. Bhavati, bhavatyau, bhavatyaha. Prathama vibhakti, first form. Bhavati mahila, bhavatyau mahile, bhavatyaha mahilaha. So, bhavatyaha mahilaha is the first vibhakti. Bhavatyaha mahilaha. Then the Shashti forms. Bhavatyaha nama. Bhavatyaha nama vani. Dirgha bhavatyaha nadyaha nama ganga lekhanyaha mulyam $3. Right? Oh, just now I said lekhanyaha mulyam $5. Now I am saying $3. Price has come down. No, this is a different pen, not the same pen. Okay. So lekhani, lekhanyaha is bahuvachanam. Lekhanyaha is the Shashti ekavachanam. Lekhanyaha mulyam. Bhavatyaha nama. Right? Generally, students in the beginning get confused between Bhavatyaha, Bhavatyaha. You remember what you learned. Bhavatyaha nama. Remember Bhavatyaha nama. So, how do you remember these things? Always remember by usage, by application, by prayoga. Then you will remember. So, always associate Bhavatyaha with nama. Bhavatyaha nama, Bhavatyaha mahilaha. Instead of trying to remember Bhavatyaha and write an English word for that, try to memorize the English word. Instead, go one step forward and remember the application, use. Lekhanyaha mulyam. Lekhanyaha santi. Lekhanyaha. Lekhanyaha mulyam. Bhavati mahila. Bhavatyaha nama vani. So if you remember that, Bhavatyaha nama, always associate Bhavatyaha with nama, Bhavatyaha. So then you will not, you will be free from confusion. Then what else we learned? We also learned the other Sarvanamas, right? Yeshaha, Yetau, Yete. Yeshaha chashakaha. Yetau chashakau. Yete chashakaha. We learned that, right? Yeshaha chashakaha. Yetau chashakau. Yete chashakaha. Because they're close to us, close to me, I'm saying Yeshaha. If it is far away, what do we say? Yeshaha chashakaha. Saha chashakaha. Saha chashakaha. Yetau chashakau. Tau chashakau. एतौ चषकौ तौ चषकौ चषकाः एते चषकाः ते चषकाः ते चषकाः एते चषकाः ते चषकाः. What is the difference? These are tumblers, or right? These are, they are, like, when they're far away, they are tumblers. Ete chashakaha, te chashakaha. So when the thing is away, use saha tau te. It is close to you. Eshaha chashakaha, etau chashakau, ete chashakaha. Saha chashakaha, tau chashakau, te chashakaha. That is Punlinga. Strilinga. Sthalika. Esha sthalika, sa sthalika. एते स्थालिके ते स्थालिके एताः स्थालिकाः ताः स्थालिकाः ताः स्थालिकाः. In Strilinga. Now let us go to Ikaranta Strilinga Shabda. Yesha lekhani, sa lekhani, sa lekhani. Ye te lekhanyau, te lekhanyau. Ye taha लेखन्यः ताः लेखन्यः. एषा एते एताः सा ते ताः. In Strilinga. And see, we are using the matching words. Esha lekhani. Both have to match the gender. You cannot say Eshaha lekhani. Why you cannot say Eshaha lekhani? Eshaha is a Pullinga word. Lekhani is the Strilinga word. So you have to say Esha lekhani. You cannot say Etat lekhani. Because people who learn by translation, the mistake they will do is they will say Etat lekhani. Almost all the people who learn by translation blindly, not by actual usage, they will do this mistake, Etat lekhani. That is wrong. Why? Lekhani is the Strilinga word. What is the Strilinga word? Esha. Sarvanama. Esha lekhani. Esha ete etaha. Ete lekhanyau. Etaha lekhanyah. So it is called Visheshana Visheshya Bhava. This makes Sanskrit so beautiful. The match, the associated Visheshanani adjectives have to match with the Visheshyam, the qualified. So you have to be careful with that. Right? Okay. And quickly, Napumsakalinga. Ye tat pustakam. Ye te pustake. Ye tani pustakani. Ye tat pustakam. Tat pustakam. Ye te pustake. Te pustake. Ye tani pustakani. Tani pustakani. Right? Okay. We revised practically everything we learned in the past 2-3 months. Okay.